Well, thanks for tuning in. Just want to talk about our first round at Matt Mayhem, the National Duals. We went down to Fargo, wrestled the Bison there yesterday. A couple really good wins at 125 pounds was a nice win. Lezak beats Rodriguez, who is one of the top wrestlers at 125 pounds. Wrestled really well. He's getting even better and better on top, really controlling that position where he's been strong. He had a really nice single, a couple good shots, real nice single that Rodriguez was able to get on the edge and kind of escape the takedown, but very close. He's doing a good job, so we're impressed with his progress, and another great win for him. So good momentum going into the following week and the end of the season. At 133 pounds, Chris wrestled really well, looked strong, dominated at 133 pounds. His brother Nick, I thought, again, just looked lights out this weekend, just controlled the position, a lot of fakes, great movement on his feet, and just a very strong performance out of Nick. So we're really impressed with those two. Then at 149 pounds, Jake Short, it was probably one of the best matches I've seen as far as majority of the match. I thought he moved extremely well. Lots of offense, scoring lots of takedowns. He just looked phenomenal. He didn't finish the match the way that he should have, and that's an adjustment he has to make. But overall, the first couple periods, he wrestled great. So a couple really good wins for him, and he's making progress. At 157 pounds, our highly combustible 157-pounder Dylan Ness is still wrestling lights out. He's added another victim, gets a big pin there, and continues to add to his pin total this season. At 165 pounds, Wanzak, very offensive in this match. I thought he looked great. He scored a lot of great takedowns. He gets a major decision for the team, and it was another good win for him. So at this point, we moved to 174. A lot of people are probably wondering, we had Jordan Rothers in there. Why wasn't Storley? Is he injured or something like that? That's not the case. We trained him through this last week. We figured this was a duel that we could allow a guy off. We were going to maybe give a couple guys the weekend off, but Storley was a guy that we thought we would do some different training with, and so we had Rothers fill in for him. Rothers wrestled a pretty good match, but ended up getting beat. At 184 pounds was another highlighted match of the night. This is one a lot of people were looking forward to. These guys have wrestled 3 times this year, all extremely close, and a couple of them in overtime, I believe. Farr really came out strong, scored a takedown and rode him for a couple minutes, really dominated the match for the majority of it. And the third period, same thing, I think focusing more on winning versus competing. And Farr is more disappointed than anybody because he knew he had that match cinched up in the most part, and ends up stop wrestling and gets beat right at the buzzer. So that was a very disappointing one for Farr and for the coaching staff. Would have been a great win, but at this point with him, we just really believe he's wrestled everybody in the country, the top guys, and he's put points on the board against all those guys, and there's no question we believe he could be a national champion and beat all those guys, but he has to wrestle that way for the full 7. 197, we go back to Scott Schiller's hometown. Looks great, he's wrestling very, very well, gets a major decision. And then at heavyweight, we end up getting beat, which was a very tight match. We'd love to have won that one as well. Krales gives up the first takedown right at the buzzer the first period, ends up later scoring a takedown, and with only 4 or 5 seconds left, short time left in the third period, the NWCA heavyweight ends up getting an escape and winning the match. So came back, but it was a little too short. So anyways, overall, there were some ups and downs, obviously, like every week. The guys are making good progress, so we're excited for the following week. We're going down to Iowa City to wrestle the National Duals. We should have Cornell, it looks like, in the first round. There should be some really good matchups there. On paper, anyways, if you look at it, there'll be some great matchups. That'll be our first match on Saturday. So please, if you get a chance, go down there. We'd love to see you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.